So this particular study has been conducted with clinicians, so across specialty and around the world, and among nurses. So when we say clinician, we are including nurse practitioners in this too. The study design, commissioned by Elsevier, partnered with Ipsos, looked at doing expert interviews. So we spoke to key opinion leaders, individuals who have, much like Tate, years of experience in the field and have been at the front line of it and have embraced tech. We spoke to around 23 global leaders on the topic of the future and what's coming. We then ran a quantitative survey, so 15 minutes among almost 3,000 clinicians from around the world, assessing from them what they see as the drivers and barriers to tomorrow. What do they feel about the career that they have? How do they feel today in terms of taking on all this new skills? And what does the skills of tomorrow look like? So there's a lot to get through in that data set. And then we finalized this three-pronged approach by doing some roundtable discussions. So taking the findings from the first two phases and discussing them in a roundtable format in UK, USA, and China, which were the three core markets. But it was a global study, but we focused in on those three in terms of implications and next steps. You must check out the report to really get the detail. But Tate, I'll come to you because you've had a view of the findings. You've been part of the discussions as being part of Elsevier. What stood out for you when you had the first debrief and you heard about the results? What were some of the things that stood out?
Well, I think the thing that probably grabbed me initially, and the context, of course, of COVID can't be ignored here, is the physician or clinician, nursing, et cetera, burnout rates. And this was an issue before COVID. There's no doubt about it. These were things that were being discussed in healthcare prior to COVID, but the degree of turnover occurring is certainly a call to action in both physicians and nursing. It's having an impact on a downstream impact on financial viability because of recruitment and retention problems. And I think that's probably one of the most immediate things that sort of stood out to me. There are some other things that were present in the report that, again, were present before this survey. And in many ways, this survey does reflect trends that were happening in the industry before COVID. But they certainly took on a new interpretation for me within the pandemic. And that is basically what is the role of technology, but what is the role of the relationship that can occur between a physician or a nurse or a practitioner and a patient. And some of the frustration there, which is expressed in terms of either empathy or time spent, and the role of technology in that relationship.